The year 2025 has become a turning point in the history of immigration policy in the United Kingdom. For decades, the UK has stood as one of the leading destinations for migrants from all over the world. Students seeking global education, skilled professionals contributing to vital industries like healthcare and technology, and families hoping to build a secure future. Migrants have played a crucial role in shaping the country's economy, culture, and society. But the recent changes announced in the UK Dependent Visa Rules 2025 have sent shockwaves across migrant communities, particularly those who had always considered the UK a place of opportunity and inclusivity. Families who once believed they could stay united while pursuing education or professional opportunities in the UK now face an uncertain future. This documentary-style analysis explores the background of dependent visas, the new changes in 2025, the political motives behind them, and, most importantly, how these changes impact students, skilled workers, employers, universities, and families. We will also uncover the long-term consequences these reforms may have on the UK's reputation as a migrant-friendly country. Background of UK dependent visas. To understand the present, we must first look at the past. The UK's immigration system has undergone multiple reforms over the past 2 decades. Traditionally, dependent visas allowed spouses, children, and in some cases, elderly parents to accompany primary visa holders to the UK. This was based on the principle that strong family support helps migrants succeed, reducing isolation and boosting productivity. In earlier years, especially before Brexit, the UK had relatively flexible rules for dependents of skilled workers and students. For example, international students studying at postgraduate level or higher were often allowed to bring their dependents. Skilled workers in critical sectors like healthcare and IT were granted the right to bring spouses and children. Dependents were sometimes permitted to work or study, helping the family adapt to UK life. However, the Brexit referendum of 2016 changed the dynamics. The public debate shifted heavily toward controlling migration. Immigration was portrayed as one of the biggest concerns for voters. This paved the way for stricter policies that aimed at reducing net migration numbers. By the early 2020s, the UK had already started tightening visa regulations, particularly for students. For instance, undergraduate students were no longer allowed to bring dependents. Yet, the dependent visa route remained a lifeline for many families, especially for skilled workers and postgraduate students. Migrants played, and still play, a significant role in the UK economy. The NHS, National Health Service, relies on thousands of foreign doctors, nurses, and healthcare staff. The IT and engineering sectors employ tens of thousands of skilled migrants. Universities rely on international students for tuition fees, which often subsidize local education systems. Despite these benefits, political pressure grew to reduce immigration numbers. Reports showed that migration reached record highs in 2023 and 2024, driven largely by students and their dependents. The government, facing criticism, responded with reforms. This brings us to 2025, the year when dependent visas came under the harshest spotlight in UK immigration history. Dependent visa changes explained. The UK Dependent Visa Rules 2025 mark one of the most significant overhauls in immigration policy in years. But what exactly has changed? Here is a breakdown of the new rules announced. Ban on dependents for most international students from January 2025. Only students enrolled in specific research-focused postgraduate programs, mainly PhD or highly specialized courses, are eligible to bring dependents. Students on taught master's degrees and undergraduate courses are no longer allowed to bring their families. Stricter rules for skilled workers. Only skilled workers in a limited number of critical sectors, like healthcare and social care, can still bring their dependents. Other skilled workers, such as in IT or business sectors, face new restrictions. Higher financial requirements. Applicants must now show higher minimum funds to prove they can support their dependents without relying on public funds. This includes proof of accommodation and living expenses for each family member. Work limitations for dependents. Even in cases where dependents are allowed, they face restrictions on the types of work they can take. Many jobs are excluded, reducing their earning potential. Implementation timeline: the policy officially began rolling out in January 2025, with full implementation expected by mid-2025. Universities and employers were given a short window to adjust to the changes, leading to widespread confusion. Politics behind the decision: immigration policy in the UK is rarely just about economics or education. It is deeply political. The government's rationale behind the 2025 dependent visa changes revolves around three main arguments: reducing net migration numbers. Official statistics revealed that migration numbers had reached record highs in recent years. Dependents accounted for a large portion of this increase. Public pressure: opinion polls consistently showed that immigration was among the top concerns for UK citizens, especially in the aftermath of Brexit and the cost of living crisis. Election politics: with elections on the horizon, immigration became a campaign battleground. Politicians wanted to show they were tough on migration. However, critics argue that the government's move is short-sighted and politically motivated. Opposition parties, universities, employers, and migrant groups claim that the policy is more about appeasing voters than addressing real issues. Media debates and parliamentary sessions have highlighted the divide. While some praise the government for taking a strong stance, others warn that the UK risks losing talent, damaging its global reputation, and causing unnecessary hardship for migrant families. Impact on international students: the new rules are particularly devastating for international students. Family separation: many students, especially those from countries like India, Pakistan, Nigeria, and Bangladesh, often rely on being able to bring their spouses and children. The ban forces them to choose between education and family unity. Financial burden: without dependents being allowed to work, many families can no longer afford UK tuition fees and living costs. University concerns: UK universities fear losing thousands of international students, who bring billions of pounds in tuition revenue each year. Global competitiveness: competing countries like Canada and Australia offer more family-friendly immigration policies, making the UK less attractive. Students who once dreamed of studying in the UK now face the painful reality of studying alone, away from loved ones. Impact on skilled workers and families: skilled workers form the backbone of many UK industries. But the new rules place immense pressure on them too. NHS workers: doctors and nurses may still bring dependents, but additional financial requirements and bureaucratic hurdles make the process harder. IT and engineering workers: many in these sectors can no longer bring families, discouraging talent from coming to the UK. Emotional strain: family separation is not just an inconvenience, it leads to stress, reduced productivity, and mental health challenges. Case study example: imagine an IT professional moving to London for work, but forced to leave his spouse and children behind. This not only disrupts family life but also discourages long-term settlement. Reactions from universities, employers, and communities: the backlash has been swift and vocal. Universities: many have issued statements warning that the policy will reduce student enrollment, particularly from Asia and Africa. Employers: business leaders argue that restricting dependents discourages global talent from accepting jobs in the UK. Labour shortages in key sectors could worsen. Communities: migrant communities feel targeted and marginalised. Protests and petitions have been launched, calling for the rules to be reversed. There is also concern that the UK's global reputation as a welcoming destination is at risk. Competing nations are using this opportunity to attract students and skilled workers who feel unwelcome in Britain. Long-term consequences. Plus conclusion: the long-term consequences of the UK's dependent visa changes are significant. Economic impact. Reduced international student enrollment could cost universities billions, while labour shortages could hurt industries like healthcare and IT. Reputation damage. The UK risks losing its position as a top destination for migrants. Family separation crisis. Thousands of families will face emotional and psychological hardships. Brain drain. Skilled professionals may choose other countries with friendlier policies. The UK Dependent Visa Rules 2025 represent more than just an immigration policy change. They are a reflection of political priorities, public sentiment, and the struggle between national control and global competitiveness. For migrants, These rules bring heartbreak and uncertainty. For universities and employers, they bring financial and operational challenges. And for the UK as a whole, they raise a critical question. Is the country willing to sacrifice its global reputation and economic benefits in the name of reducing migration numbers? As this story unfolds, one thing is clear. The human cost of these changes will be felt for years to come. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it, outgoing email symbol, share your thoughts in the comments, bell and hit subscribe so you never miss a new video.